Hey guys, second fan of the night. So this is our second video with our newly patent pending camera stand. So again, if anything's a little wonky with the video, blame that. We are operating on a camera stand deficit temporarily. What do we have here, guys?
Another RickBlender.
Another
RickBlender.
Second RickBlender.
Of the night.
Yes. This one's a little. This one. So the other two have a date stamp of 1979. This one does not have a date stamp at all that I could find, and it probably
Like Rick at prom.
It probably. Well, I wouldn't be wrong.
Did you even go to prom?
No.
No, neither.
I didn't either, and I had a girlfriend.
Yeah. I never even had a girlfriend in
No.
high school.
I still felt it would be embarrassing. Okay.
I don't, because it's the knowing you don't have to.
That's true. Okay.
Okay. Well, anyway,
Okay.
but yes. So this one did not have a date stamp, and it also appears to have a replacement capacitor. I'm not sure on that, but it looks newer than what you're used to seeing. So.
And we didn't see a value on that capacitor, right?
It has one. I just didn't take it off to look. I mean, it's on the bottom face, like facing, and it's one of those like white paper type stickers on there, like a modern.
Okay, yeah, it does seem like a replacement, but we'll have to,
but-
like I said, these three of these together came out of a warehouse, and I have an idea where the three of them and possibly some of our others, depending on how many they want, could go back into a warehouse. That would be a very cool install. And if we do that, we just want to give them all new capacitors, I would think.
Yeah.
Um,
That'd be smart.
So, but yeah, like I said, got three of these out of a warehouse. They came without canopies, which, as we know from the Emerson catalogs, they were definitely sold that way.
Mm-hmm.
They all had cord and plug on them, which in the Emerson catalogs were they shown that way? I feel like when they were shown without a canopy, they had a cord and plug.
Come to think of it, I think the Volvo ones might have been plug. I can't remember.
I think that's because if you have to have a canopy if you have wire nuts, because
Right.
the wire nuts
That's
you
true,
can't have
yeah.
exposed wire nuts.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So when they
that's
sold
what I
them,
always
they must have had a
thought.
cord and plug option.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's that information now. Yeah. Anything else you guys want to say before we start testing?
I mean, I love them. Everybody loves them. So.
You know, we know where these rate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, these are one of the top fans, period, and definitely industrial commercial fans for every collector in this room and a lot of other collectors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's take it to the factory low, which is more of a medium speed.
Yes.
These came with two factory speeds, fast and faster.
Mm-hmm.
Like a medium and high, really, but
Well,
it'd be a backed off medium. But
who's doing the tech this time?
one.
Metal.
I'll do that.
For the distance.
Okay, so this says 147.
That seems about right.
That's actually that's what it actually is. Since
Yep.
there's just the tape in there.
Okay, well, you want to try to reach that pull chain and see what you can do?
Let's do the watts.
Oh, yeah.
I've been
So
forgetting.
what do we got?
0.71, 120. Oh, we're right at 120 volts. Nice.
Okay. Okay.
120 volts, 85 watts, power factor of 0.72.
Okay. Okay. Now the pull chain.
Okay. His metalness is going to try to reach the pull chain.
Okay. First, get it on.
He's preparing just in case he can't reach the pull chain, just in case this is the worst day of his life.
Oh, no! I can't reach. Out of reach.
Oh dear.
This is the worst day of my life.
Bye, fan stick.
Here is fan stick. Fan stick is the solution to all of our problems.
So in the actual commercial, which we haven't filmed with Pete yet, he would say, "This is the worst day of my life," and fan stick is the solution of all my problems by himself.
Okay.
And the chorus says "Bye, fan stick." But we can do it both ways for our shout outs here in the video for product placement.
Man, the balance is nice.
Pretty good, yeah.
We got it really good on that one. All right.
How's that operating? Let's get some RPMs and some CFMs.
Do the meter for.
Oh, that's a good point. We know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a power factor of about 3/4.
1.36, 122 watts, and yeah, about 3/4 power factor.
These are pretty consistent in terms of power factor.
Yeah.
This is also like 221
Yep.
RPM, so
Yep. So it's performing just like the other one.
it is. So there's just that variation in current draw.
A little bit, yeah, but that could be if they replaced it with the correct capacitor, and that capacitor is in fact in newer and in better shape than the other one. That could be the reason for that. It could just be operating more efficiently.
Yeah. And then you're the same, but it's just
Solution.
yep, 649. I got
That was the same as the other one.
I think it's exactly the same.
Yep. So it's gonna be 9600.
Yep.
Powerful fan. Okay, let's go ahead and spin down. The other one started at 6.
Started at 6.
So Rick, I guess you want to guess 6, or what do you want to guess?
I'm gonna guess 5 on this one.
What about you, your medalist?
I'll guess 6.
I guess I'll say 4 then. And those are the possibilities. I mean, I guess it could be 7, but that's unlikely because the bearings seem to be in pretty decent shape.
Yeah.
Haven't noticed any real bearing problems other than,
Usual
yeah.
50-year-old K63 bearings, but I mean they're usually Magic Elixir takes care of it.
Yeah. It's pretty impressive how a little bit of Magic Elixir and then they don't have problems again for quite some time. Because the one in my garage just ran non-stop.
Yeah, it's true.
That one had pretty noisy bearings when I put it up. And I can't remember why, but I had to take it apart. So I varnished the windings when I had it apart.
That was the one that had the weird capacitor failure.
Yeah, that's right. It had a capacitor.
Bad capacitor failure.
Yes.
Long spin down. So
I know.
That's very good.
That's what I'm thinking. That's why I was gonna roll the dice with 5 on this one because it seems like the bearings are better on this one than the last. Not by much, but marginally better. What causes like bearing ticking? Like not the like kind of sound, but there's like that random like creaking every so often. Because mine is doing that. I don't know if it's.
I guess I would need to hear it, but
It's a different sound that I've not heard anywhere else.
I mean, there's really only a few different ways that bearings can make noise. One is that the grease is either like too light, too thin, which is what happens when you use oil and WD-40 instead of grease, in which case you occasionally hear the balls hitting each other.
Yeah.
Which is, that's kind of the balls rubbing against each other is what we call a wet bearing noise.
Balls.
rubbing.
What do you call I call it wet bearing noise. What do you call it? When
Swirly bearings?
well, it's whatever these have. Like now, not before we.
Oh, yeah, I just call it wet bearing or
Yeah.
When I say
You got hissing
bearing,
is what it.
That's that's dry bearings.
Hissing. Okay, hissing
That's-
is dry bearings. Gotcha.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and start the.
So
yeah.
1, 2, 3. Oh man!
Wow.
Am I missing that? Is it?
No, it's going.
Wow.
Oh, it started before.
New capacitor and good bearings. Yeah.
I guess so. Man. Okay.
Yeah.
That is very impressive. All right. Here's 4. All right. So it started at 3. Wow. You actually could use this on a 4711 if you wanted.
Yeah, I remember the one in the organ shop attic had this slow of a low.
I mean, that's 4, and that's already like. I mean that's extreme aesthetic low, but still. All right, here's 5.
Yeah, so your bearing noises are either wet, dry, or pitted, basically.
I think it might be pitted. That's what I'm betting.
And pitted is when there's like rough spots in the bearings, so when they rub against each other, you're hearing,
And they're like at random. It seems like.
And I mean, bearings are replaceable.
Yeah, honestly, I might replace like a lot.
There's Definitely no harm in replacing them. My thing is with the quality of bearings today. I've often had bearings that I've just put oil in last longer than brand new bearings I've put in. At least on this type of usage, which is relatively low.
Yeah.
What's the word? This is a very these type of motors see a lot heavier of loads than fan blades.
Yeah. Okay, here it's 6.
Getting closer to a usable low.
I don't know.
And we know what the most usable.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay, everybody, please put on your ear protection, your PPE, anything to make sure that you're not damaged by what's about to happen next.
8.
Crunch, 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 crunch.
I like how the crunching's actually louder than us screaming crunch.
I don't.
Here's 9.
Of course, that's perfect low.
It seems a certain
It's
control
okay.
might.
It's okay.
10.
We should buy some more 81220s. I don't think we have very many of them.
There's all the ones from 12 Wings.
That's true.
Remember, you took all
Some
those.
of those I modified though.
Here's 11.
Oh,
What?
Uh oh, everybody, make sure you still got your hearing protection on. You still got your PPE.
12.
Crunch, 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 crunch.
13.
And the beverage of fan collectors.
There's 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. Careful. 20. Crunch, crunch.
Oh man, I wasn't prepared for that. Crunch, 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 crunch.
Alright. 21.
It almost got me. I was almost a victim of the crunching.
Yeah. Almost lost your hearing.
I know.
Here's 22. What was this one on high? Is this 0.4?
I think we're already over at the high switch.
I thought it was. No. Well, barely, but yeah. So we're pretty much right on at 22, and then 23 is probably, 23 goes over. Okay. The other one went over at 24, so. Yeah, this definitely seems like it might have a better capacitor. Or, I mean, well, just a newish one that is probably closer to inspect than the other ones. Solid state. I would. I mean, does anybody want to guess anything different than what it was last time?
Who's going? Okay, who's going with silent? Who's going with
I'll go with silent.
I'll go with bedroom.
Okay, well, I'll go with living room just to have the variety, but I think it's unlikely. We have had some that are living room.
Oh yeah.
No, this one's definitely louder than the other one.
Yeah.
That's about the worst, is it?
I'd still call that bedroom. What about you guys?
Higher end of bedroom, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's about what my living room one does. There's definitely a noticeable hum, but it's not like so bad.
We'll teach it the words.
Yeah.
That's a Todd joke.
Sounds like a Todd joke.
It does.
Alright.
That's about Todd's level of humor.
Alright.
This is neither here nor there, but I just glanced at the Hanson and was reminded of hanging that.
Yes.
All those chains and things.
There's
That
one
was...
thing we could go back in time and film. That's what it should have
Oh
been.
man. Oh man.
We should have filmed when we were putting that stupid thing up because it was awful. I say stupid thing, and yet that's like the most complimented thing
Everybody
in this
loves
whole
it.
barn.
I
I
know.
do too. It was a bear to hang that thing
I just
and put it together.
It was Donnie.
It was Donnie. It was all. I mean, all those chains, all those like.
We kept cutting through the wires.
so
Remember
much-
that?
Oh yeah, I kept. Well, because that like canister above the
Yeah.
motor like saws the leads if you don't have it lined up with that little.
Yeah.
And someone stop it by hand. Or you want me to?
What? Oh yeah, yeah, 0 to high. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
God, that was awful. And then I think one of the light kit wires popped out too, so we had motor with no light for a while too, and it was just one thing after another with that.
Well, it's up there and it's not going anywhere.
It is now Steve's hands.
Yeah, that would be very. I mean, I definitely like if we ever have a reason to move to a different location, I'd love to see taking that down and moving it somewhere.
Awful.
Just get Donnie in here.
Okay, so 0 to high. It's probably we all saying.
What?
Well, the last one.
Last one was no one rush.
I'm gonna say big inrush on this one.
What about you? What are you saying your battle list?
I'll say big inrush.
He already said. Rick already said big in rush.
Okay, I'll say small inrush.
I'll say no in rush. So I guess that's small in rush if it goes down to 3-4. Does it go down to 3-4? It was originally drawing 3-1 on a high, but then we turned off other lights and things, and sometimes that makes it different. Yeah, 3-4. So that's small in rush.
Okay, wow. So they're all over the place.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's very briefly thank our sponsors. Fan Stick, Light Stick, Fan Stick Mini, Florida Fan Stick, which is 69% longer and harder than regular Fan Stick. Taco Burrito Mexico, Sperry, the beverage of fan collectors. 81220 LLC, where our motto is crunch, 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 crunch. Good manufacturing company. And RickerSheep.com, the fun game you can play with your friends. Go to RickerSheep.com. That's all the sponsors. So it's, oh wait, who's that at the door? Why look, it's Metal Jonas.
Oh, would you have any Homestead catalogs?
None, not with me, no.
Or how about some New Tone catalogs?
I'll check my other pockets.
Or that Edwards long chime.
Let's hear the Edwards long chime. So what do you think about House on the Rock, Metal Jonas?
House on the Rock. One word, incredible. One word, overwhelming. One word, amazing.
Wow. As always, patreon.com/dspiffy. Thanks for watching, and
Bye.
Bye, Fanstick.
thanks for watching.